They started off with all the positives first and hit you with the price after. I'm pretty sure that's the industry standard. Hi guys, welcome back to our third episode of Jack Talks Tech. Let's go in. Oh, there's a lot of orange there. Accessorize. What's that thing on his knuckles there? That looks pretty heavy duty. What could this be? Cheapest tech ecosystem.
The CMF Buds Pro 2. How you feel about them?
It feels quite expensive. I kind of like this rotation knob.
So first you can put the sound up and down. As you can see, it's a button as well. For me, the main function...
Okay, so yeah, you can choose the volume on it. Okay, that's cool. I guess because on the normal ones, well, the ones that we all use, it's like you can't do that.
You kind of tap your ears.
Yeah, you tap your ears, I guess. So, you know, not too much of a... I guess they're just bringing it back. Oh, they're flirting with the iPod Nano again, aren't they? Like, that's really what this is.
iPod loves an iPod Nano.
So good. 1,000 songs in your pocket.
In here, we have our first ever custom dual driver. What that means is that we have one dedicated driver for the low frequency, that's your bass, and it also comes with ultra bass technology. And then we have a dedicated driver for the high frequencies. And basically...
It's hard to distinguish, like, with all of the sort of corporate buzzwords they use. It really does, like, super bass technology, and just looks like always reading something from Amazon links.
Yeah.
Like, well, I don't know whether they actually are features, and they probably are, but they've been used so much that, you know, people don't actually like take them literally.
Yeah, they don't take it in. It's just kind of like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's got that super bass functionality. It's like, is that functionality? Or, I mean, most speakers have bass, depending on what the speaker is, I guess, but...
Here are all the specs before we move on to our next product, the Watch Pro 2.
Okay, so we got all the specs here. Do you know what? I love these new brands emerging, trying to finesse what's already on the market, because as we well know, you know, Apple and those guys, Beats, they're all well, I mean, they're firstly, they're owned by the same company. I'm sure there are others out there. You know, Samsung's version of it, but I always like the emerging companies that are trying to make a dent and trying to finesse and perfect a product that's already quite in abundance, and just to make it better, and people that actually, to the core of the company, to the core of themselves, are trying to innovate and create a better sound, rather than just grabbing your logo and sticking it on something that's already been done.
It's a 1.32-inch AMOLED display, over 100 watch faces. Each watch face, you can further customize them on the inside in terms of the metrics that you want to be tracking. Fitness log.
Again, I love their minimalist, their minimal style here. That's giving off like Swedish vibes. Is this a Swedish company?
I don't think so. I think they've got a few locations.
Some Nordic company.
It seems like that. They might have got designers from there, 100%.
They've gone for that, and I'm here for it. I love it. A lot of these, they overcomplicate things with design, and yeah, I quite like the style actually. The style's nice.
First, we got you covered, blood oxygen, heart rate. That's also a built-in GPS.
And you can switch the song when you flick your wrist.
Exactly.
Like that.
Music.
Okay. Look at the wrist. Look at the flick of the wrist.
So clever.
And here are all the specs before we move to our final product, the CMF Phone 1.
This is a great video. It's like really like easy to consume and to understand. I like that. Having a product that kind of loops in with the earphones as well. I mean, I'm guessing the next product as well might show us something, but having those talk to one another is certainly a USP. More often than not, because getting a certain product is all well and good at being good, or it being the best out there, or whatever you want it for. But if it doesn't speak to your current tech, then
It's useless.
Yeah.
It's out of your ecosystem.
Yeah, totally.
CMF Phone 1. This is
Finally.
our first ever smartphone from CMF.
Looks
Feels
serious.
serious.
It feels serious. Yeah. It reminds me of some expensive sport car.
So okay, so I didn't even know that. So of course it's the phone. So they kind of started with the accessories, and now this is the flagship, I'm guessing. So I wonder what market they're trying to tackle here, because obviously they're focusing on it's cost effective. It's going to cost the consumer a hell of a lot less. They're using the Android, again, which is going to only focus on or target on people that use Android. I say only, there's probably a massive sum. It's either that or the iOS, isn't it?
Yeah.
And they're looking at the plugins, looking at the widgets. And they focus a lot on the spec, which, to be honest, a user like myself, it goes over.
Yeah, it doesn't really mean anything.
It doesn't, because I wouldn't use my phone for that particular function. I want it to be smooth, I want it to be kind of easy. I mean, it looks like they've managed to achieve that. I've actually not heard of these guys before.
No, so CMF I've never heard of, but their parent company is Nothing, and they...
Nothing I've heard of.
Nothing, yeah.
Yeah.
So they do like smart buds, I think they have a phone.
Yeah, which I love the name.
Yeah,
I love that. That's cool.
All the specs and features of CMF Phone 1.
Oh, 2 terabytes. Oh, nice.
Oh, expandable storage,
Yeah, but expandable storage, 2 terabytes, just buy the thing and put it in.
Yeah, exactly.
100%. That's how it should be.
Very cheap and effective.
So it should be, like, buy the Apple version, the latest Apple version that's 1 terabyte.
You have to pay so much money.
It's 1,600 quid or
Yeah,
1,500 pounds. And I've never I never pay monthly for the upgraded.
Not iCloud,
No, I don't want to.
No, exactly. If you're like, oh, I want to cut that out, I don't want that monthly spending. Where are you putting all those photos? They literally trap you into that.
That's so
All your memories just stored on that cloud.
Yeah, the cloud as well. And the way that I see memory, right? The way that I see memory is a large garage. You start off, or let's say you start off with a small garage. You think, oh my god, yeah, I'm gonna use that for a gym, whatever, or you've always got an idea for what you're gonna do with the space, and sure enough, it gets filled with crap. It gets filled with things that like you just squirrel away.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, your small little garage, which you had a really good idea for, is now being used for stuff that you will never use again. Probably, Christmas tree, maybe, I don't know, some domestic cleaning equipment or whatever. And then you get a bigger house, you're like, great, I've got a bigger garage. Now, so much space for a gym and a workstation. Sure enough, it gets all of that stuff that was in your other garage, and I put in it. Now it's going to be a lot more because you've got a lot more space. What I'm saying is, you've got to be able to, if you can't sensibly use that space, then don't get the higher space. And I'm saying that with the 1 terabyte option with Apple as well. Like, if you're not smartly using it, or a lot of it, you're basically telling yourself that it's okay to fill it with all stuff that you'll never use again. Like all your images, you never use it. All the 1,000 photos maybe you take over a holiday, where maybe only 10 are good. I think we need to be using storage smarter. Oh, we've got prices, hang on. 69, 59. That's good.
Do you think these are good price points?
I think they're brilliant price points.
Compared to market?
Yeah, I mean, from the image, and I love how they've, I'm not sure whether this is their launching video.
They launched yesterday.
Did they? Okay. Yeah. Brilliant. They started off with all the positives first and hit you with the price after. I'm pretty sure that's the industry standard. From what you can see, it's offering a lot more than the models out there, and yeah, you can get different colours, and yeah, I mean the specs look pretty decent. Look like they'll be able to keep up with some of the guys that are already out there at the moment. And at that price point, £59, that's pretty good. £209. Wow.
You might find them.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
I wonder how much contract on those.
That's good. So that's with 8 gig and then 128 gig. So that's 128. I don't know if that's Apple's standard. I mean, should we be comparing this kind of phone to Apple?
No.
No.
But you can, which is the interesting thing.
Yeah. Can it keep up, or your Androids like for like? Remember the Moto? We were looking at the Vivo as well. But definitely that's a brilliant starting point. And I'm guessing this is a B2C consumer product. So I don't know whether we're going to see this go down. If it goes into retail and distribution, can even go down further. Looks like a great phone. I mean, looking at that's a Hardy phone as well. You've got the back that's kind of like, I'm guessing that's some form of aluminium, metal maybe.
I think it's plastic.
Is it?
I think it's plastic.
What do I know?
I think I saw a video of someone bending them.
What do I know? Yeah, what do I know? Fair play, plastic. Even cheaper.
Even cheaper.
Gonna stand the width of time. Oh, what's this then?
What could it be?
That is a nightmare, I'll tell you what that is. We've all been there, we've dropped our phones in a muddy puddle. Yeah, it's muddy, yeah, that's gonna be a tricky one. Americans are ditching smartphones. Oh, see what you did there. An increasing number of Americans are ditching smartphones for simpler dumb phones. That's only cool text to avoid being in zombie mode. The last year, 2.8 million dumb phones were sold in the US, with users reporting they feel calmer and more present in their daily lives. Love that. This momentum is gaining support from anti-smartphone organizations and activists who highlight the rise in depression and anxiety linked to smartphone use. They advocate for healthier digital habits, particularly for children. I mean, it's only a positive thing. I remember I went traveling around Thailand for 3 months and I didn't take my phone. I only had like I had a throwaway camera for a minute.
That's cool.
Yeah, I just had loads of throwaway cameras, and some of the most worst photos I've taken in my life. Yeah, it was positive. I felt like it was good. You're not on your phone all the time. Naturally, you do it. Like naturally, when you're in a queue, for example, you whip out your phone because you don't want to be alone or you don't want to look like you're just standing there. I think a constant reminder that there is a world out there, and not having a smartphone or a smartphone that can take you out of that current situation and take you out of real life, essentially, it can be a positive. It can be met by a positive thing. So why not? You're seeing a lot of apps come out, and I think I mentioned one recently called Opal blocks apps during a certain time, and can do a hell of a lot more than that. You know, it can monitor your usage, monitor where you go, and then identify patterns, and you can learn to break those patterns because we are creatures of habit. Once we start doing something for a long period of time, that becomes our normal, and then it just snowballs from there. Being anxious is something, in my opinion, is you're not present. You're not focused on the right now. You're either worried about something that's happened or something that isn't happening. Smartphones are showing you lives. I'm talking about social media, particularly showing you lives of things amazing results of things that have happened. Well, either that's somebody living a very good lifestyle, whether they've done very well, or maybe they've worked hard in the gym, they've got incredible physique, maybe they've got, and we're focusing on materialistic things, perhaps it's house, perhaps it's, I don't know, they're doing stuff that perhaps you want to do, and you compare it to where you are now, but what you don't see is the journey that it's taking for them to get there. But yeah, being anxious is not living in the moment. So having a dumb phone could be positive. It might make you focus on your moment, because there is only one and it's yours.
Would you get rid of your smartphone?
I need a smartphone for work. I need a smart, so that's another point. Obviously, I can't just turn my back on the world that we live in. The world that we live in is digital. The world that we live in requires me to be, the world that I live in requires me to be connected. Whether that's through social media, LinkedIn plays a big part of what this company does. Being connected with my colleagues, things are moving very quickly, certainly in the world of sales, certainly in my world of sales. So I need a smartphone to be able to access that, but you've got to pay homage to these guys coming out and trying to benefit in a positive way. So me personally, I would always have a smartphone because I needed to be tapped in. Maybe when I'm done with all of this and I'm ready to hang up my coat and retire to a simpler world, maybe that's the time. Maybe that's the time to have a dumb phone, because you kind of want to focus on exploring the world and living the world. I saw Coldplay do a play at Glastonbury. I wasn't there, but I saw it on my smartphone, ironically. And he did a piece, and it's a song that everyone knows, and they played the song. It was amazing, and he got it right stuck into the crowd, and he said, I want to do my next song, I want no one to lift up their phones. I just want you to experience this moment, and no one did, and it was quite a powerful moment. So that's all we have time for on Jack Talks Tech. Remember, I don't claim to know all the answers, but I'm just here giving you my opinion, and I'm sure you've got yours, so please comment and like. Please share as well. Share this video. We're trying to grow it. And we're in early stages at the moment. I'm evolving. I'm sure you're evolving. Everyone's evolving. Everyone's getting new. Everyone's learning new things. I'm learning a lot, certainly by all these slides. Maybe you'll see me next time with a dumb phone. Who knows? But until next time, ciao.